Kyren Williams is one of the best returning running backs in the nation. The former 4-star recruit may be a game changer for Notre Dame this year and may become Jack Coan's best friend when it comes to adjusting to the offense this year. But who is Kyren Williams? In the Who Is series, we go through the backstories of up-and-coming collegiate and pro athletes. If there's a player you want to see in future episodes, make sure to leave it in the comment section below. Kyren Williams is from the St. Louis area in Missouri and attended St. John Vianney High School. While at St. John Vianney, Williams played all over the field: offense, defense, and special teams. Williams High School head coach Paul Day told St. Louis High School Sports, "There's so many things he does. He's invaluable as a leader in the locker room, his work ethic is great, he's just a wonderful kid." He was also extremely bright in the classroom, carrying a 3.8 GPA, becoming one of the first people to graduate St. John Vianney early. As a junior, Williams rushed for 922 yards and 22 touchdowns on 102 carries, while also having 51 receptions for 774 yards and 12 more touchdowns. The thing that crushed him was how his team was one play away from 3 title game appearances, but lost in the quarterfinals to the eventual state runner-ups on a 97-yard halfback pass in the final minute of the game. We should have won 3 in a row. When I walked off the field, the first thing I started to do was cry. There was no way I'm going to feel like this again. There's no way I'm going to come into this locker room sad, especially my last year at Vianney. That was my mentality throughout the season. As a senior, he was used all over the field playing running back, slot receiver, outside receiver, and lining up in the Wildcat quarterback position. He attempted 2 passes, completing both of them for 114 yards and a touchdown, while rushing for 2,035 yards and 26 touchdowns on the ground on 179 attempts, and catching 55 passes for 725 yards and 10 touchdowns. Going to the playoffs, the plan was to get the ball to Williams and senior running back Percy Mitchell as much as possible. Paul Day told St. Louis Sports, "The only way is to move Kyren all over the place. We're going to throw screens to him. We're going to throw the ball in the traditional pass game to him. We're going to line him up in the Wildcat. We'll line him up at quarterback. We'll line him up at running back." On the defensive side of the ball, Williams played safety and outside linebacker, recording 92 tackles, 8 tackles for a loss, 5 sacks, and 8 interceptions, and averaging over 36 yards per punt on special teams. He led St. John to the state title game, rushing for a record 289 yards and accounting for 354 total yards en route to winning the game. Williams kept that chip on his shoulder from his junior year for the rest of his career, and it paid off at the state championship his senior year. Williams spoke on winning the state title, saying, "You look back on the days in June when it's 98 degrees outside and you're practicing in full pads. You're running sprints and conditioning. You look back on it in December and you're holding the state championship trophy. That's what it's all about. It's a feeling I wish everybody could have because it's the best feeling in the world." He was named the first team All-State and Class 5A Offensive Player of the Year. Williams left St. John Vianney as one of the all-time greats, if not the best all-around player ever to play in the uniform. He holds the record for most points in a season with 254, career touchdowns with 112, career receptions with 204, career reception yards with 2,696, yards in a season with 2,760, career interceptions with 13, and his 8 interceptions in a season tied for the most in a single season. He's second all-time for total yards in a career with 6,643, and rushing yards in a career with 3,947. Coming out of high school, according to 24/7 Sports Composite, Kyren Williams was a 4-star recruit who was the 6th best player in Missouri, 24th best running back in the country, and 367th best player in his class. He received over 19 different Division I offers from the likes of Iowa, Michigan, Missouri, Notre Dame, and Wisconsin. Originally, Williams came into high school dreaming of playing Division I college football one day and figured it was only just going to be a dream. Then during his sophomore year, he received his first collegiate offer from Nebraska and saw the opportunities in front of him. Williams told St. Louis Sports, "That's when it all turned around and flipped. I was hitting the weight room every day. I was getting myself mentally and physically ready. I was grinding." Paul Day knew how special Williams was when he came in as a freshman. He believed his talent and drive for success set him apart. Day said, "It's pretty obvious out of the gate, he had stuff. It's not fair that you could be that athletic and nasty and physical when you want to be. He has a rare combination of God-given ability with great work ethic." Williams would ultimately choose to commit to play at Notre Dame, but had one last hurdle to get over. Notre Dame wanted him to enroll early to learn the playbook and get ahead of all the players that were coming in over the summer. The problem was, St. John's curriculum was not built to make early graduation accessible to its students. But if there's a will, there's a way. After meeting with the Notre Dame running back coach, he knew he needed to figure a way to get it done. He told St. Louis Sports, "We need to get this done and get me the best opportunity to get on the field. It'll get me there practicing and working out before any of the incoming people in my class come. He ended up taking 3 classes in the summer at St. Louis Community College, Merrimack, and an online course through Vianney in the fall. He did that all while completing his regular classwork and leading his team to the state championship. St. John put together the plan for Williams to get the credits he needed, and as always, he crushed it. Paul Day spoke on the situation saying, "There's nothing that Kyren says he wants to do that I would say that's not doable. Whether it's academics, what field he wants to go into after college, or what he wants to accomplish as a player or student. Everything he sets his mind to, he does." According to Alan Trieu of 24/7 Sports, coming out of high school, Williams was projected to be a future day 3 pick with comparisons to James White. Trieu writes, "Not a tall prospect, but put together and strong in lower body. Very productive in high school and affects the game in all 3 phases. Exceptional receiver with good ball skills and ability to go up high and win contested passes despite lack of prototypical height. Very physical player who delivers hits on defense and willing to block. He's good lateral agility and makes defenders miss in space. Solid but not elite breakaway speed in the open field. Has excellent intangibles, projects as an all-purpose back who can play in the backfield but also move to the slot and may contribute as a return man as well. Is ready-made because he blocks and catches the ball in addition to his rushing skills." During his freshman year in 2019, Williams saw action in Notre Dame's first 4 games against Louisville, New Mexico, Georgia, and Virginia, rushing for 26 yards and having 1 reception for 3 yards, along with 35 kickoff return yards. Going into his sophomore year, Williams worked his butt off and transformed his body through a change in diet and his workouts. Going to the first game of the season, Brian Kelly told Notre Dame Insider, "Kyren Williams has really emerged as someone we feel right now has gained an advantage as a top back right now. Williams did not disappoint, rushing for 1,125 yards and 13 touchdowns while also having 313 receiving yards and 1 touchdown through the air. He rushed for 112 yards against Duke, 185 yards against Florida State, and 140 yards in an upset win over Clemson. He broke a 100-yard mark in 6 of Notre Dame's 12 games and scored at least once in 7 of the games. Going into the 2021 season, Williams looks to have an even bigger year as he will be the heartbeat of the running back room." Williams was voted a team captain as a junior, with Brian Kelly telling Sports Illustrated, "He doesn't relax much," going on to say, "He's wired that way. We test our kids and their central nervous systems on a day-to-day basis, and his fitness level was off the charts. He's high energy, but the high energy has to be pointed in the right direction. He's still young and there's time that the youthful energy needs to be redirected. But as a whole, it's extremely beneficial for that offense because you have that quarterback that's not necessarily a rah-rah kind of guy. He's business detailed and respected. You got Michael Mayer, who is a similar kind of personality, so you kind of need that. By the virtue of that, that's why Williams is captain too." But what do you think? Will Williams have another breakout year? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other videos in the Who Is series. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.